Our students today, you have asked me the multi-million questions. Uh, Especially, just you have asked me that I will deliver my some important points regarding the auxiliaries. That means primary auxiliaries as well as secondary auxiliaries. Beloved students, you may be aware that auxiliaries are also known as helping verbs or connectors. But majorly, auxiliaries verbs are also called basic or special auxiliaries. That means verbs. They are used to form the tenses, modes, voices, etc. of other verbs. Majorly, they help in forming the negative as well as interrogative sentences. When we look very profoundly towards the auxiliaries, then there are the two types of auxiliaries. Number one, primary auxiliaries as well as secondary auxiliaries. Besides, uh, besides helping in the formation of continuous tenses, the primary auxiliaries be can also be used before an infinitive to convey instructions or decisions. Say, for example, here, let's make some suitable sentences here. The first inning of match is to be played on our grounds. Or in other sentences, we can say, my relatives are to go to Delhi next week. Besides helping in the formation of perfect tenses, the primary auxiliary have can be used before an infinitive to express compulsion. That means we can say necessity, or in other words, we can say obligation. As you have to finish your work immediately. Or in other sentence, we can say she has to face the examination. So, beloved students, let's consider the board here. Let's try to know regarding the primary auxiliary chart and we can say the secondary auxiliary chart. That means models. Let's consider the board, beloved students, regarding the primary auxiliaries here. Say, for example, we will write down here primary auxiliaries. This is primarily auxiliaries. Basically, primary auxiliaries, they are only three in number. When we try to elaborate these three important primary auxiliaries here, we will write down here be and do and have. This be, it's considered this be has three senses. That means am, is, and are. And this do, it has single son or single brother, simply just we can say that's does. And this have, it has. And when we talk regarding the is, am, are, when these are the youngsters, this is called the youngsters, but in old age they have only two, that means and were. Was and were. And this does, in past it has single here, did, and this has had. So, beloved students, these are the primary auxiliaries here. See, primary auxiliaries, I have mentioned there are only three in number, but when we elaborate these, this is the summary of the primary auxiliaries here. Like be, am, is, are, was, were. These are the primary auxiliaries here. Or simply just we can say do, does, did, have, has, and had. These are primary auxiliaries, beloved students. But majorly when we talk regarding the models here, that means secondary auxiliaries. Secondary auxiliaries, these are also known as modulus. There, some say they are 14, some say they are more than 14, but simply just we can say shall and should, will and would, can, could, may, might, may, might. And in this way we can write down here must, ought to, ought to, or we can say need to, need to, dare to, used to, used to, and used to. These are 14 models here. This is called the secondary chart, and this is called the primary chart. These are models, blood students here. All sentence in English contain auxiliary verb, whether primarily auxiliaries or secondary auxiliaries. Sometimes have as an active voice is combined with had, the past participle of the finite verb have. For example, simply just we can say I have had food, or in other sentence we can say I had had tea before returned. So, beloved students, besides helping in the formation of negative sentences, the primary auxiliary do have other uses. As when we talk regarding the emphasis here, we use do, does, did, sometimes for emphasis also. Uh, Say for example here, just we will make sentence here. Please do come. Do, it creates, it shows here necessity. Please do come. Please do it. uh, to express an agreement or disagreement, especially when we have to give answer. Say for example here, Ossie plays well. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Just we are making the question takes here. So beloved students, primary auxiliaries and secondary auxiliaries, both are important here. uh, Auxiliaries have great, or simply just we can say tremendous significance at their own place. They perform a significant role in the world, in the literary world. So beloved students, we must learn the auxiliaries, whether primary auxiliaries as well as the secondary auxiliaries.